Welcome to another episode of Hanging with the Huns with your host, Todd and Carrie Hun.
Is there a EQ on my channel?
No, John.
What does that mean?
Okay, I'm Joe Rogan.
What
Just,
does that mean?
I was gonna say, are you already
frequency
recording?
equalization.
Yes,
Do you need-
we are
What do
recording.
you need?
All right,
You need
sounds
to
a
hear
little-
better, or-
It sounds a little
You're-
tinny on my side.
there
No,
you
it sounds your voice sounds good. You got a
Yeah.
No, you sound great.
Oh my
you got a
goodness,
face
that's good.
made
We
for
don't need
radio.
to
I
stop
mean, a
that
voice
kind of
made
sound
for
check.
radio, buddy.
Should have
Hey
put.
y'all, what's up? Welcome to Hanging with the Huns, Rusty Shine edition. I'm your
Thank you for
host
being
Todd. This is Carrie,
Hello.
co-host. This is the band, Rusty Shine.
Welcome.
Finally here.
Are we doing shots
We made
right
it.
now?
We can do shots.
Yeah, let's do shots.
Somebody talk.
you
Might as well
while
start
you're
off.
pouring.
Am I doing?
It's all in
Am
there.
I doing the pouring? I
Yes.
suppose.
Do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
He's closest.
All right. So
No, I guess you can.
here, just hand me everything.
Nice.
So anyway,
This
We
is like
are,
ambrosia. This is like what
I mean, this
makes
is
our music happen.
literally every show. Like we
kind of a
got to
tradition.
start it off with a shot, right?
yeah,
It's
definitely.
the rust to our shine.
The rust to our shot. Need a little.
I've never
Need
seen
a
it.
little buff.
Is that good?
Yeah, that'd be
Good.
good.
All right.
Cool.
And then Red Bull is on the bottom there. And then John's got his.
You already got yours, John.
Yep. That's poison over there.
Anyway, we're here at the studio. We're going to tell you a little backstory and what we're all about.
Which is pretty awesome, I got to say. I hadn't seen this. I'd seen a few pictures of this little realm you've created here,
Yeah.
but I'm impressed.
You call it a realm?
My
Yeah,
realm.
yeah.
It is my realm. It's my
All right,
mini
so,
shed.
If you took a couple shrooms
What
and
should I
walked
do
in
with-
here in the middle,
Man, I
Let's
tell
do
you
it.
what. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, damn,
Did you already do
where
that?
where
Okay,
where the
yeah.
shrooms at?
I mean, those are kind of skimpy. It's okay. It's fine.
Hey, y'all
I
need
know,
to
I know.
Pace yourselves.
Yes. Yeah, we got a long way to go.
It's probably true.
Here, we're just gonna move this over here. If you need a beer, just let me know. I'm good.
In a short time to get there.
There you
So
go.
this is our
All right.
tradition.
But not
It's,
really.
3 Jaeger bombs and
a
whiskey shot for the real man over there.
Clinky clink.
Ching ching.
Cheers,
Jane.
And what are you drinking?
Just a little
Rum and,
drink over here.
Non-alcoholic faux
Oh,
cocktail.
does this look
What they
familiar,
call
by the
mocktail?
way?
A
Mhm.
mocktail.
Yes.
Cheers.
Yes.
Love you
It was
guys.
a gift from your sisters.
Love it.
I love it too.
Dang, mine was strong.
Mine felt
Alright,
a little
so-
stiff, too. It had a...
You want to lead us in the direction, or let's talk about our
Well, it's Rusty Shine.
backs.
Whose dad was Rusty? Whose dad was
Yeah.
Shine?
Yeah,
Hey,
let's talk
hey,
about the backstory.
who's the host over here?
Co-host.
I love the direction
That
this
is-
is already going.
That is like my main question.
Yeah.
Of course, we all want to know where Rusty Shine, the name, comes from.
Well, I'd have to say that when me and Jeremy were just playing, the two of us, we were playing a lot of open mics and stuff. And at one point, it was just Casey and Jeremy.
Yeah.
And then we were playing like Billy's Boathouse out at the
Mhm.
beach, bunch of different places. But we had the same people that were coming back.
Right.
And this one lady, she was like, "You should be the Tumble Tees.
Mm.
That would be a great
She
name.
did. She did.
The Tumble Tees."
It's a great
And
name.
then the guy that
It's
was
a great
hosting
name.
the open mic nights, he was like, "No, the Soggy Bottom Boys,"
Oh,
because we were
Yeah.
playing a lot of bluegrass and stuff.
Okay.
And then,
Isn't that a
and
name
then,
already?
and well, I think Jeremy was like, "Well, how about the Good Old Boys?" So we were like, "No, none of them, just like stuck." So I don't know what was going on, but for maybe I had an epiphany. Maybe it was just my current state of mind at the time. But all of a sudden, I was like, "Wait a minute, Rusty," which was my dad. That was what he went by.
Shine.
Shine. That was what Jeremy's dad went by. That
And
was their
she said,
nickname.
why don't y'all just call y'all's name Rusty Shine?
And
Rusty
there we
Shine.
have it. That is awesome. I love it.
And then we started.
We didn't really
you know,
like it. at
Yeah,
first.
we weren't sure, but then we were we started. We were like,
Oh.
no, go ahead. We penciled that on like the open mic. Like you had to write your name down. Like they would call you
Right.
in
Yeah.
order,
Yeah.
and we were like, just put Rusty
Rusty
Shine
Shine.
on there. And then it just kind of stuck.
Yeah, and then they wouldn't let us play the whole night. We'd play an open mic night, and they would give us the last like hour of the open mic night.
Right.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
start out playing a couple songs, and then it,
We
it's
just wanted
like,
to play 2 songs.
Yeah.
Keep playing.
We tell people like, hey, we're gonna play an open mic night here at this time, and then we wouldn't play the whole night until the last hour. And
What
then they'd
you're
be
gonna
like,
play?
"Here, you in case you can play the last hour." Yeah,
That's funny.
Yeah, which was cool because we were getting into it.
Just
We-
like
New Orleans Cafe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
New Orleans
first time we
Cafe,
saw you
Billy's
guys.
Boathouse.
Mm.
Yeah.
What was that? Was the Homestead
Mm-hmm.
historic and haunted? They say Homestead restaurant on
That's-
Beach Boulevard.
Is that still around? Still open?
No, now it's Taco Lou.
Oh, okay.
Now it's Taco Lou. But we went to the original Homestead. It was like a family style, like fried chicken. All the good, family style sides.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's a haunted taco shop.
But it's a cool place.
Yeah.
Now it's Taco Lou next
I was-
door to Adventure Landing, and it's worth a visit.
I would say,
Yeah, I haven't been there.
I would say that was probably the first time we ever played as.
Well, that was our first
Rusty
paid gig.
Shine.
Yeah, that was our first
Yeah.
paid gig. But at that point, had it turned into the what was it called? The Copper Top?
Copper
Oh,
Top.
yes.
Copper Top.
Mhm.
So tell everybody the lineage here, because like every time we play at like Iggy's or Bayard anywhere, everyone is like, I call it 6 degrees of Rusty Shine. Because we're all
Somebody's
like,
For sure.
this guy's second cousin of this guy who is a Lasco or a Hartley.
That's a lot of my family because I'll tell you that if you go back far enough in Mandarin, which where I was born and raised, the branches of those family trees tend to overlap a
Your
little
mom's
bit.
Right.
side.
So when we play
Little
somewhere around
West
Mandarin,
branches.
it's like,
So
yeah, that was
you and Jeremy.
but this was totally different. This was like my father, Rusty, and Jeremy's father, Johnny, were first cousins.
Okay.
And they grew up playing music, surfing,
Doing everything.
just raising hell in general
Mhm, for
around
sure.
around these parts.
It makes you guys second cousins.
Second cousins,
Second
yes.
cousins. Now, you two are cousins.
We're first
Which,
cousins.
First
yes.
cousins.
Because my mom and his dad were brother and sister.
So that would make
Okay.
you and Casey second cousins.
Second cousin, same
Right.
thing,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know.
same
it's,
thing.
Yeah.
Twinsies.
Yeah. So
but we
and
all
then
grew
I'm-
up. We all,
I'm
We
in
all
me,
grew up like
Jeremy,
cousins.
We all
first
grew up like
cousins.
it was
Carrie.
like
Our brothers
we were
and
just
sisters.
family.
Yeah.
we all grew up going to the same parties, just watching our parents, have fun, play music.
Yep. They all played music. So your dad played the
Banjo was his thing. Yeah.
and your dad played
The
guitar.
guitar, yeah.
Acoustic guitar. My mom played the acoustic guitar also, and my dad would also join in and play. And then we had like some other family members that would join.
Yes. Yep.
And-
My
Which is
uncle.
crazy is that my dad was the guitar player and the singer.
Yeah.
Your dad was the banjo player or whatever and didn't sing.
No.
And we kind of flip flopped that
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah, I know.
later on.
Daddy would play. He would sing like some harmonies and stuff, but primarily he was a banjo guy. He was and was great at it.
I
Yes.
remember
But
playing with them at Paul's mechanic shop on Blanding. Your dad, I'm not sure if, I think your dad was there.
It's very
and then
possible.
there was somebody else. And I think even Paul Ivy was there when we all
Oh,
played.
wow.
We were just jamming in the back
Yeah, I
by
wasn't
the
there then.
lift and everything. And that was the first time I played with, no, I was picking it up. Trust me. I got it jacked up. But I mean, that was awesome, so I got
So
my
you played a little bit with their
playing time
fathers?
with them. What's that?
You played a little bit with
Yeah,
their dads?
yeah.
Okay.
Way back in the day, when I first, like when we were first
We actually
dating.
went over to their house when y'all are. We were probably. I don't know if you're still living there. Maybe not. But what is it? It was your dad's 50-something's birthday, and everybody was playing together, and you were there.
Now, do y'all two remember going to Otter Springs when we were kids?
No.
Otter
Yes.
Springs? What?
Yes.
You got it.
No.
I know you were a little tight, but Otter Springs. They had Otter Springs Bluegrass Festival.
Oh, really?
Man, we went there every year. Like, our parents-
I've heard about it, but I don't know. Did I go though? Because I feel
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
For sure.
You were probably an infant or a toddler, or
I'm not that
this
much
went on
younger.
for years.
Where
This went
is
on for
Otter
years.
Springs?
It's over kind of west of Gainesville.
We went
Okay.
there not too long ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
it's still around. It's a beautiful
Yeah,
place.
it's
They
a
don't
good
do
place.
the big bluegrass festivals, but
Right.
it's still just an awesome place to go, especially for me. And I would suggest that, if you went there, you would probably be like, "Oh my God."
I have been there recently, but
Yeah.
of course it's been so long.
Yeah.
I just
They
don't
had these
remember.
big bluegrass festivals, which it was, our parents, they were like old hippies, but kind of.
There's like 50 of you guys rolling out there.
Yeah, it
too,
was.
as well.
Oh my God, I got.
all us kids would just play manhunt.
Yeah,
and
we
all
were.
the parents would
Right.
stay behind and
Hang out.
go around the campfire, play music.
Yeah,
It'd be insane.
had a big barn where they would have they had
Yeah.
some great, like, top notch bluegrass acts that played this festival. But it was just out in the middle of nowhere in the country. It was off the Swanee River.
I
is what-
remember that, but I don't know why. I always thought it was the other folk park or the state park.
Yeah.
Like
No, what you're.
Swanee State
I think
Park or
what you're
something?
thinking about is Otter Springs for sure.
Okay, well, see, I always thought it was a whole different area, and that's I'm like, Otter Springs. I've
No,
been
it's
there.
like a privately owned park or
Yeah.
campground around a spring that feeds into the Swanee River.
Okay. Yeah, I do remember going.
Yeah,
I just
west
didn't
of
realize it was
Gainesville.
that place.
Yeah, it's west of Gainesville,
Yeah.
kind of southwest of Gainesville, but beautiful place.
outside
and
of Paynes Prairie and stuff.
it was and it was just like, it was privately owned, so everybody could get down, and have a good time, which
Well, I do
which our
know-
parents did.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
they
To the
did.
max.
Yes, they did. Gee,
And
I
I've
wonder
got
where we
some
get it
carried
from.
on the traditions.
Great.
Well, so many of you goddamn.
Not
I've
as
got
much
some great
lately.
memories, which probably it's maybe another time, but
Yeah.
that was.
But we definitely grew up around the good music, and
Yes.
it shows in you guys when y'all play. And I just have to say, I'm so glad that you guys started Rusty Shine, and I'm glad that y'all have allowed Todd to join y'all. And of
Well,
course,
so
we
are
know that
we.
John's
Todd brought us
too.
in the big time.
Yeah, you
right.
did.
Yeah, right.
Well, he's part of the family now.
I
Legally.
remember. So I remember when I first met you was at her house, and you came in and I met you and you actually brought your guitar in and played some Grateful Dead songs and I was like,
Yeah, I was
oh,
playing
yeah.
with
Yeah.
Paul, Carrie's
Right.
dad, your
I'm
father-in-law.
like, this is freaking awesome. And then Jeremy, like I knew Jeremy. I remember you when you had that yellow
Volkswagen.
VW. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
cousin's cool, man.
Man,
Car
that
is
thing was
awesome.
badass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were like doing donuts in the parking lot.
Yes.
You guys were together at that time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
we-
was.
yeah.
I think we were
They've been
just
together
dating
forever.
at the time. Yeah,
Well, I had heard stories about you, Todd, because you actually
For sure.
played professionally,
Yeah, yeah.
and so I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna meet you. Paul was like, yeah,
Yeah.
Todd and Carrie are gonna come over. I'm like, Todd that plays drums, but
Actual rock star.
tours around stuff. I was
Actual
like,
rock star.
Well,
yeah.
I was a little, trepidatious as far as like I'm about to meet
Whatever.
a star drummer.
Yeah, they had just gotten back in town and they were
Almost.
living in Five Points, and we were looking for a drummer at the time, and so I go over there with a guitar and like a
Oh, that
Marshall
was-
amp or something, and play whatever, just jam out.
Yeah,
I don't think I
for
knew
like
how
an
this
hour and a half.
went down.
No, this is way before.
yeah.
Way before, and I was looking for because
Oh, with another.
Yeah,
I was
we
in,
did,
I was in a
yeah,
different band at that time, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we hit it off like immediately. We're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is
Like,
awesome. And then we
Automatically
moved-
knew that we
And
had
then we
like
moved to like New Orleans or whatever that place is,
Louisiana.
Louisiana. We moved there, right?
Okay, so
What
when
year
we,
was this?
We
if
moved
y'all are
somewhere.
if y'all are talking about when we lived in Riverside,
It's
we had
probably
moved
like
to Missouri then.
90s maybe.
But I thought the first time y'all got together to play was at your apartment, and
No.
you had that snare, and that's when you joined Rusty Shine.
No, that was different. That was Jason Morrison's house when he
No,
gave
it
me the
was his
snare.
house.
It was
condo,
my house.
yes,
Yeah, my
and-
condo. Yeah.
and-
Oh
had the
yeah.
snare
No,
Yeah.
okay, I
We're at the
remember,
hat
I
party.
remember.
Yes.
And, yeah.
Yeah,
That was probably like the
that was
first
when we were
Rusty
starting to
Shine
like,
deal.
okay, let's
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
Let's
Mhm.
make this a band.
Yeah, we were
That's why I
we were
was
booking some
John
gigs as
and-
like
yeah.
a
Yeah. We're like,
duo.
And I think you asked me because I wasn't playing anything anymore.
Yes.
I was playing in like church bands,
mhm.
but you asked me, and then I was like, Yes.
Yeah, I'll never forget because I was so excited.
Then,
I was like,
then next thing you knew,
"Yes!"
Todd booked us like for a festival opening up for Molly Hatchet.
Like,
Yes.
We're like, what?
Yeah,
John.
that was
Whoa.
the first gig we
Right.
had with me.
So then we're
was this like 2014?
I remember
Holy
practicing.
smoke.
It was a
Like,
pain,
No,
yeah.
this was like 2010.
Yeah.
2011.
Okay, all
The
right.
kids
So, yeah.
were little. Like, yeah.
All right.
we were gonna try to practice in my garage. It's like on a main road in Manor in there, and
Yeah.
we tried that. Then we,
So I remember practicing
Oh,
in
gosh.
his garage
because we had like 2 months to try to
yeah
get it
and
together.
We were playing one song. I'm not sure which one it was, and a neighbor walked
Yeah,
from like
yeah.
a mile away to come, and he's like, "I mean, I don't mind you guys playing,
Right,
but can you play something else?
Can you
Like,
play another
you
song,
keep playing
man?"
the same song over." And he was like, he was like a total dick. But I was like,
You
"Yeah,
guys
okay,
booked
we're
the opening?
practicing. We're trying to get this stuff together."
So like, so maybe my garage on this main road is not
Yeah,
the best
so-
practice space.
You set up the gig for Molly Hatchet, and then
Todd did.
and then we're like, we need to get some shit
Yeah,
down,
man, we had, like-
right? Yeah.
We had like maybe 2 months to get a set list. We were like, oh my
Uh-huh.
god, this is like
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
pressure's on.
we sold one thing. Now we need to make sure we can.
Before that, me and Jeremy were playing like just two
Yeah.
guys up there with some
We had
guitars.
no idea what
So-
the hell we
That's
were
what
doing.
so many
They were like, we
songs,
need to
though.
expand our sound. Like we need to, like maybe we
Bad
need to
thing-
bring in some drums.
Bad thing was a fucking hurricane came through, and
Yeah,
destroyed that
that
whole
gig.
thing.
Man,
Yeah, it was sad. It was not a good gig, but we did meet some good people there, and
Yeah,
got
yeah.
further gigs, and that's kind of how it's always been,
yeah, pretty much. We made the
There's
best
somebody
of
in
it.
the audience
We were
that's
so,
like, oh
like-
man,
Some people would have been like, "This sucks," this is terrible. We were like, well, "I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
let's jam."
Yeah, we were like, screw it. We just
We didn't
ended up playing underneath the awning
yeah,
for everybody that was there.
Yeah, it was the fairgrounds,
I
believe. Putnam County Fairgrounds.
Yeah. And that was just the three of you at the time?
No, we had
like a 7-piece band by then.
I was going to
Yes.
say, there's
Yeah,
quite a
yeah,
bit
yeah.
more people. I'm trying to
We had
Well, we're
Steve
jamming
playing-
under
That's right.
a hurricane. Fuck yeah, that's fun as hell.
Yeah, we
I
had-
mean, that's Florida for you.
Were you guys playing your originals or all covers then?
I think we had a few of or maybe a few originals.
Yeah.
Probably more
That was-
Jeremy's.
That
'cause
was
I-
going to be my next question. Keep stealing my questions over there.
Oh, hey, we are an
Uh,
original
I've-
band, by the way. Just want to put that out there because there's been some rumors that we're just
Yes.
a cover band. We are not a cover
No,
band.
y'all
we
have
are
some
an
awesome
Rumors?
original.
Widespread Panic
There's
plays
been
covers.
a rumor.
So does the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, the Grateful Dead was a cover band, but
You know
that's-
what?
Nothing wrong with cover bands. Hey,
Yeah.
they're a lot of fun.
Well,
Rob-
here's the thing: we have our own material, and then we get to the point where we play 4-hour gigs or 3-hour gigs. We need to play stuff that the audience knows, So we mix in, but even the covers are our own take on them. So I mean,
Well,
like,
the
there's
songs
been
that
a lot
we
of
love,
covers we
like
played that she was like, "What?" She'll hear it on the radio, and she's like,
I thought that
"What the heck? I
was
thought that was your
No.
song."
well, and they're
No,
all
it's
songs
not.
that we love. Like
Right.
there's, for me personally, it's like there's no better, I guess, tribute you could pay to whoever wrote and originally played this song
Yeah,
that is better than like playing it yourself and like
Mhm.
just really getting the
right.
joy of.
They say
Creating,
imitation is
and,
the
you
highest
know.
form of flattery.
I mean, if
That's
I was
very
like a
true.
huge-
And that's how I
Yeah,
feel.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if I was a huge rock star, I'd be stoked if people were playing my songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Different takes on it and everything.
Okay, so you started out with that. Okay, the three of y'all are. Well, I guess when he joined y'all, it wasn't.
He
was
brought a
just the
bass
two of
player.
you, and
Yeah,
then
Todd brought a
he-
brought a
that's
bass
right.
player.
I remember
That
that.
wasn't
him.
a bass
Oh, yeah.
player.
That's right. And then there was
Someone who played the bass
Jason on
for.
the
Yeah.
congas and then the harmonica, Steve on the. Okay,
Mhm.
now then, with after that, okay, so y'all were playing for a while. Now I see your shirt you're wearing, Jeremy, and you guys played Magnolia Festival.
Mhm. The
That
last
was
Mag
exciting.
Let me
Fest.
tell you
the
what,
last one.
That one took a lot for me to get that gig.
Mm.
I
Yeah, I
had to do
know.
a lot of brown nosing.
You were like volunteering
Oh my gosh,
and
man.
for several years
Well,
there
before
was
that
some
ever even
kids'
came to
camp,
So I
fruition.
knew I was the singer of one of the singers in Order by Chaos was dating the daughter of the, I'm not going to name names, but the daughter of the lady who put on the whole thing. And so I was like, man, can you get us on that show? Can you get us on the festival? It's
I
like,
remember.
yeah, let me talk to her. Super cool. And then I didn't hear anything. And I'm like, hey, have you heard anything? He's like, oh man, I totally forgot. Let me go check. So I just started hounding him.
Mm-hmm.
And finally he was like,
Well,
yeah, man, she got you a spot. So I was like, yes.
I'll freely admit, James Brown is known as the hardest working man in show business, but Todd Hunt is the hardest working man in this band for sure. He's
For
gotten
sure.
us.
He's got this
He-
networking thing.
Yes, yeah.
Like, I'm sure
He's
he
like a-
learned that somewhere down the line.
I
Well-
just know how to annoy the right people.
Right. And he's had more experience with that, like the next level of, you know.
I mean, you're an all right guy, you know, so everyone kind of likes you a little bit.
I gotta say,
Persistent.
it was pretty nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like
What
there
year
was
was
people coming
Magic
to get your
Kingdom
gear,
Fest.
set up everything. Like, hey, what do you need? And like, hey, I'd like a water. They're like, here you go. And I'm like, man, we were like, what in the world is
Yeah,
going
we're
on?
like,
Remember that?
um,
Like, oh,
No,
I'm
I
not
got
used to
this.
shit. Yeah,
They're like, no, this is my job.
I'm carrying
Actually,
my
I'm
I'm
a roadie.
No, have me. Let me carry that
Let me
for
do
you.
my job.
Actually,
Yeah.
I get paid for this.
Yeah.
I'm in the union.
That shit was weird.
Hands off.
Yeah, that shit
Get
was
to
weird.
watch all the bands we look up to
Yeah.
behind the stage.
And they had
That
like
was awesome.
kegs of
Yeah.
beer behind backstage.
Yeah, man.
They
One
had
time
like
I went
fruit
out-
trays.
One time I went backstage
Backstage
and,
setup, yeah.
and Town Mountain was playing, or they were backstage by their bus, and they had a whole table set up, and they were shucking oysters
What?
for everyone.
For
Just like
shit.
they had a
Where
keg
was
of beer.
I?
I was like, this is freaking awesome. This was another festival.
If
Yeah.
I
It's
ever
like a
did
volunteer,
reach
huh?
that, which probably won't happen, but if I did reach a pinnacle like that, I'll guarantee
sure.
you I would get some oysters. That would
Oh,
be
yeah.
somewhere in the rider.
Heck yeah,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
bushel, half a
I
bushel.
wouldn't be like Fiji water at room temperature. Be like 2 bushels of
Green
oysters.
M&Ms.
St.
No,
Augustine
peanut
oysters,
M&Ms.
if
Yeah,
at
for
all
sure.
possible.
Right? Yeah.
Sounds good.
Give me a Guatemalan grilling oysters from St. Augustine, you know.
Yeah.
So
So what year was that MagFest? The last one.
2014.
Yeah, 14.
Okay.
2014.
Okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
that was
Oh.
the last one.
And then it turned
We
into
shut it down.
a whole nother thing.
We've been trying ever since.
What's the math? That's
Lost
10
My
years?
Mojo.
Oh, no. 11.
Almost
10,
11,
11.
because MagFest was later in the
Yeah,
year.
yeah, June.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
John.
Yeah, Magfest was in fall. Springfest was in.
Yeah. See, that's when I
Spring.
started going out
I thought it
that
was in-
the park out there at Swanee.
I think this is the last MagFest.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that one was.
That was Spring Fest. That was the spring.
Yeah,
No,
now
I-
they
I-
have the spring and then
I probably honestly would have been at that one.
You
know,
probably were, because
yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Court Brothers were playing at that one.
Mm.
That's
I
right.
feel
that's
like they
where
were.
you
I
come
couldn't
from.
remember.
Well,
If
we don't
it's
expect
whether
you
or
to, buddy.
whether or not they did. I
Okay,
can't
now-
remember.
That's a good
Yeah.
segue to John.
Yeah.
So, John, that is where you come from. You were
Possibility.
before Rusty Shine. You were with Corbett Brothers, right?
Yeah, I was with them. I played with other bands. You know, I played with Yankee Slickers and whatnot, whatever. But
Love those guys.
yeah, Court Brothers. Then after them, Isaac got me in touch with Casey and Jeremy there. You know, and so here at the shed in Bayard, whatnot, came across paths, whatnot, and started playing with them. And
But there's a little more to that story.
Okay.
There's a lot more to that.
John showed up.
And
One night.
truthfully, that
And-
motherfucker changed our whole
Yes.
life.
John
Big
showed up
product.
one night. That this is the, well, you know, it's all what it worked out the way it was meant to work out.
so
But
at this point, you guys had Todd for a while. You had a bunch of originals, mostly playing originals and
Yes,
stuff like
yeah, yeah,
that. You know, and
I think we
But-
had three. We had gone through three bass players probably.
bass players were. It was a hard.
And hold on, let me just say something. Our family, like the group, our family, they are very. What's the word?
Particular.
Yes,
they have high
That's a
standards.
that is the
That's a
word.
good word.
They will let us know if we can keep a player or we have to let a
Step
player
it up
go.
yourself.
And-
But
You know?
I don't know if y'all remember this. So John came out, and he played with us one night in Bayard. You know, at Scott's
right.
where we practice. And then, so I was like, "Oh my God, this dude is badass. This is what we need."
Yeah.
And then, so I wrote down John's number. I'm not like a very tech savvy, so I wrote it down old school style. And I had one number off on his phone number. So I texted him. I was like,
Dang it.
"Hey,
This guy hates
Jake,
us.
John, this is Casey from Rusty Shine. Man, we would love for you to play with us." And I was like, "Nothing."
Aw,
We-
and he's over
I was
there,
like-
"Why never
I was like, he
call me?"
ghosted us.
Meantime,
He
I'm
goes nuts.
texting
We
him
goes
every
by.
day.
No, but
Hey,
it
have
was
you
like a
talked to
year.
John?
It was like a
it
year
was.
went by,
Oh,
and then I
my
ran
God.
into Jake again,
I love playing with anyone, but I remember.
and then I
that.
was like, "Hey, is this your number?" And he's like, "No, dude, my number's so and so." It's like, oh, no,
Dang it. You
I
could
had
have played with us for a whole year.
Good
for real.
night.
You remember that?
I
Man?
remember that because I had saved a number in my phone, and I don't remember who
Oh.
it was, but I put guitarist after it, and I was like, "Are you Scott or
Yeah,
whatever
you were
it
like-
was?" And
you were
you're
like,
"No,
"Man,
man,
Screw these guys. They didn't even call me back."
Yes.
He was like, apparently he didn't like my baby. And I was like, well, he's too, I don't know. He didn't ever answer my text. So he was just blowing smoke.
So while we're on that subject, we need to talk about the shed because that to me is like one of our
Oh.
greatest stories.
Man.
So when we
I don't know how we don't have freaking like lung disease
Oh
from
my
playing
God.
From the
in that
concrete
place.
dust.
Yes.
I was worried.
that's the thing you need to work from what it is now,
Man.
and then explain it now to what it was then. Because now it's it's an awesome private
Yeah,
bar.
everybody,
Like,
everybody
yeah,
knows what it is now.
There are
Yes,
probably
yeah.
videos online of us playing there.
yeah,
Actually,
so
what,
Yeah.
our one
when
professionally
we were playing,
filmed video that was filmed by your daughter was filmed at the shed.
Yeah.
exactly.
So you got a easy
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
reference
yeah.
as to what
Now
it
it's
is
like,
now.
what?
Yes.
I
We
played.
started in like 50 square feet in the corner,
Yes.
and it was
Of-
covered in concrete dust.
Yes. Hold
Well,
on.
and-
Dust
So hold on,
was-
hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. So we were looking for a place to practice because we couldn't practice at Casey's house because the neighbors hated us. And
Your
So-
house is too far out.
yeah, and Steve,
We tried your garage.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's tiny. So my garage is tiny, and I'm in
So
Middleburg.
the
They're all over in Fruit Cove area, so it's not good. So Steve was like, I'll go talk to. I'll go
he
talk
was
to
instrumental
Scott,
in
my
that
neighbor.
for sure.
Yeah, and
Our good
so-
buddy, Mr. Steve Targonsky,
Yes,
who we
thank you,
love.
Steve.
Who's he
And,
related to?
so like Steve totally hooked us up, and we get
Okay.
there. What?
He asked who Steve's related to, your side of the family.
No, just by like, just
So,
like a Mandarin
no.
Mandarin
He's
family.
related to the
Okay,
Bayard
okay.
family,
No,
which
I'm
is our
thinking
family
of-
too.
Okay.
So
He used to
All
surf
right.
with my dad.
yeah.
Yeah. that's
So
right.
we're
See, we're
so-
all family.
so we're looking for a place to a spot to practice, and he finds a spot for us, and Scott's like, yeah, go ahead, just do whatever you have to do. Super cool. Scott's awesome. We love him.
That's
He's
wild.
like our landlord. He's the greatest. And he's done so much for this band. So we're practicing in the corner of a concrete mold warehouse, and there's dust everywhere. We would throw a tarp over our equipment and come
Yes.
back a week later, and there was an inch of dust on everything.
For
And
sure.
we're like,
You know, that always
This
reminded
is
me of
awesome.
Scooby Doo. You know, Scooby Doo, where they got all like the weird, like,
yeah,
because it was all molds. It was
Yeah,
looked
like
like a bunch of
the-
creatures in there. Like we had to
Right.
walk like a little path through
it was
all
like
these
a-
big molds and creatures to get back to this one little corner.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
remember
It reminded me
walking
like
through-
Scooby Doo when the Scooby Doo
Yeah.
gang was like, going through
Right.
some
Yeah,
scary
exactly.
place.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a museum.
And it was
Outside of the
dark.
statue.
It was
Right.
dark, and it was like this much
Yes.
walkway. Like a
Every
little
step
trail.
you take, dust is floating
Yeah.
up and
I
stuff.
went
So-
once, and I was like, nope, I can't breathe in here.
So we would practice there just about every week,
Mhm.
and every week something would change. So we'd be there, and we'd never complain. We were super happy to have a place to practice. Nobody complained. We could play whenever, and like a week later, there'd be
Might have a couple
less
spectators.
Yeah, there'd be
less
like
molds.
Couple
there'd be like
spectators.
100
Yeah.
square foot,
and some
like
people
cleared out.
there.
Yeah, we might have
And then-
Scott,
Yeah.
Wayne, you know,
Yeah.
a couple
Yeah.
of.
And then the
It's
next
like that
week,
movie Toys.
there'd
where
be-
the roof
then
is-
one week we came, and the whole place was
Cleared.
and it was spotless. And
Floor
We were
was
like,
sealed
"This is
concrete.
amazing."
Yeah.
then-
Next week there's a bar starting to get built.
bar,
A stage.
a stage.
Next week there's like license plates covering
A spray
everywhere.
painted backdrop, lights,
It was amazing how it happened.
Beer
I know.
cans,
And I wish
pool
there was
tables.
like a recording of
What
like,
else?
man.
There's
Yeah.
darts.
Yeah.
There's everything.
I've
Yeah,
played
but,
in many dive bars that are much shittier.
Not-
than that fucking
not
bar.
half as cool as that place,
right?
Absolutely.
You go there now, and
Absolutely.
it's
That's why
like
they wants to have their
Thank God
parties.
the Scott Witt.
it's the
that,
best
that
man
guy
cave
put
on
it
the
out.
planet.
Yeah,
You know?
We'll
yeah,
take a
that's
picture. and
that's like the ultimate man cave is how I describe it to
Yes,
people.
exactly.
for sure.
we got to take a picture,
Can I pause
edit it
right there?
into.
I gotta take a piss.
We're back. We took a little break, tune up the guitars
Wait a minute.
and everything else.
Hmm.
We've got another. Jeez, yeah, you want trying to get me drunk?
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
It's just
Bye,
a
Bill.
little glass. I don't know.
What are you looking for?
Whiskey.
Ah,
it's in there.
What
about
about
this Rebel
Yell?
With the rebel.
No,
No, that's
like
highlighters.
poison. That's Toddles bottles. Toddles bottles poison. So we left off talking about our awesome band room
Benefactor.
shed. You what?
Benefactor.
Benefactor,
Ooh.
Scott Witt, the man. And
Insert
we can talk
picture.
about some Bayard stuff because like that whole area, they're like family. They are family. I mean,
We
somewhere
can't.
6 degrees of rusty shine.
If Bayard is ever mentioned, we can't forget to mention our Uncle Wayne,
Uncle
Man.
Wayne and Aunt Vicky.
Yeah,
who
We've been doing the
Bayard Amphitheater.
Amphitheater, for sure.
We were actually the original band. We were the first band ever
the
played
original.
Original band.
at the Bayard Amphitheater.
Yeah, it was just a basic.
Backyard porch type thing. Bayard's a
party.
community
Yeah.
where
It's a
they
party.
had their own church, and then down the street, the other community had their own church, and they're
Yeah,
like,
no
"Fuck
idea.
them motherfuckers," you know. They go back a long time. You know?
Beep, beep, beep.
Well, I mean,
We're on a curse
Well,
channel.
all the neighbors, everybody was just having a great time, and it was just Casey and I, playing music, had
So
a good
when-
old time.
When you started playing at the shed,
Yeah.
were you guys Rusty Shine?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell,
All right.
we've
Yeah,
been,
we
we've
had
been Rusty Shine since what,
Couple years.
2012, 2010.
yeah somewhere
like that.
around there. It's
Yeah.
Okay.
many moons ago.
Yes.
And so you go
Many
as
bass players ago.
I'm just gonna give the credit to Judy, Cody,
And Dan,
and Dan.
for
Dan
getting you
Cody.
hooked up at the shed.
Well, we gave her a couple ideas of what we should name ourselves, and Rusty Shine just called
rose
her,
to the top.
and she was like,
You guys
well,
didn't like it at first, huh?
Well, no,
Okay.
we just thought it was, whatever.
We weren't
Yeah.
sure about it. But,
just
you
never
know,
know. You never know.
It's kind of like, there was enough symbolism there, and it was kind of catchy. So
Yeah,
it kind
but-
of grew on us, I guess you could say.
now there's nothing else
It's
that would fit the bill.
It can't
literally
We-
our
we
dads.
meant to be that.
Yeah, I mean,
Which-
It's a legacy.
we grew up watching our dads play music. I grew up watching my dad play music, sing songs, and it was amazing.
Yes,
I thought he
it
was a freaking rock star.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too. I know.
He
I
was.
love
For you guys,
Those
they
are
were.
the best
both
times.
of y'all.
yeah. My dad went by Shine. Yeah, it was Shine.
It's perfect.
He everything he did to 100%.
He shone through.
Surfing,
Mhm.
everything. He just shined. And then Rusty was fanatical about precision with the banjo, with words, with everything. And your dad and my dad, man, golly, if we were their age when they were going on, golly,
Mm.
forget
Right.
about
I know,
it,
right?
buddy. Man,
Yeah.
Amen.
yeah.
Well, and I
Uh,
always tell everybody, I was like, yeah, Daddy, he won the second runner up in Florida, banjo picking
What?
contest or whatever.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
We have these sconces on our
Dude, he
wall.
was amazing.
Wow.
We had these
I mean, I
candle
know.
sconces on our wall, like on either side. He demanded that they were on either side of the fireplace, like in very plain view.
He had a
And
freaking
if anybody
banjo.
asked,
He had a banjo.
it's like,
that
yeah, I
had,
won those.
that had the freaking down tuners for freaking what's the
Bing,
song?
bow, 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 bing, bow, 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 bow.
Oh, my
Earl's
God.
Breakdown,
Yes.
but there's,
Man.
it's
If he's fucking slapping them fingers on those strings back in that day, you had to
Dude.
be a good musician.
Forget
you
about
know?
So what
Yeah.
are we're our third generation. Because your pop-up, he played, right? Did he
No.
play anything?
He played the
Played
gut
the
bucket.
gut bucket.
Gut bucket.
That's
He
a
made,
good-
Gut bucket.
he made
For
the
sure.
gut bucket
Boom,
and
boom,
played
boom,
it.
boom.
He's like,
Two-
I could have joined
two
this
gut
band.
Jake's like, I mean, does that count as an instrument?
My elbows ain't ready for that, you know.
Awesome. What do you say? It sounds just like a
We can
bass.
make you one, Jake.
Yeah.
Dude,
I have
made
one.
two.
I
So I
own
remember-
I own that gut
Listen, I
bucket.
remember
Oh.
But
Patty
I
gave
will-
it to me, and it said Tumble Tea on it, and I was like, oh,
Uh-huh.
I can't take this.
Well, so Uncle
No.
Tom was
No, Todd
an
Todd
inventor.
straight up was like, dude, this thing has your name
Yeah.
on it.
It's
This is yours.
Yes.
And I have that gut bucket.
So
And I
Uncle
was-
Tom,
Papa
there,
Tom.
it was
y'all's grandfather, Uncle Tom, he was like an amazing man, an inventor. He could build
Yes.
anything, do anything with it. He was a man like
He's
far ahead of his time.
legendary.
He had a roller coaster in the backyard that I saw videos.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't there.
Yes,
Oh,
I
did
wrote
you?
it.
I
read it.
I wrote
And
it.
then
It was
zip
amazing.
lines into
He
the
made us
pool.
ride it.
Yes.
Yes.
He made us ride it. Like,
Oh my
you're gonna
God.
ride this.
You have to
Seriously.
test it
Quit
out.
being scared.
And y'all didn't die. So
We
he
didn't
knew
die.
what he was doing.
But we were like,
Oh, you saw some of the contraptions.
I
She-
did it on the
she
top.
did- Carrie did save a kid from drowning in the pool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all
but
those-
He-
Yeah, that's an awesome.
He was an amazing man, but
he had an awesome pool back there too.
when
yeah.
he took
if he can do
when
all
he took
that,
interest in playing the gut bucket, he made a gut bucket that nobody's ever seen.
Because I have
since.
the other one
we
in
have
the
the
garage.
second one. He's
And it
made
doesn't
two,
say
and
Tumble
they're-
Tea. I was like, that
Dude.
was mine.
It's like
That was a
Blue.
next level
Yes,
gut
it's
bucket.
awesome.
Seriously,
I mean, he
it's-
drilled holes in the
Yeah.
like the
It's
shaft
a
of the,
precision instrument.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
It's
to-
a-
to
it's
to
a-
increase the reverberations of the.
Yes, you can get different sounds out of it.
throwing Einstein on a fucking gut bucket. He's building roller coasters and all kinds of shit. He knows what he's doing on
Yes.
that.
Also,
He even had
to
that
this
thing-
day, the
what is
most
that thing?
winning driver at Jack's Raceways on the north side. He won more races on dirt track
That's right.
than
Yeah.
anybody else in history.
You saw all his trophies.
And
I
that's-
mean,
He
had a
he will
ton of
always
trophies.
Isn't that a Southern Culture on the Skid song?
dirt track date.
Mhm.
Dude, Uncle Tom was
No,
a
yeah.
man at
Yes.
Jack's Raceways, buddy.
Yeah, I think he still has like the record of
Fastest lap time,
Yeah, yeah.
most wins, all
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got all those
Man.
trophies. Yeah.
And not to mention,
Uncle
and built
Tom?
all kinds of big
Oh yeah.
that was his name. Built
Good
like
book.
big
Papa.
mud trucks and stuff. He was
No,
a cool
Papa
dude.
Tom.
Oh.
Papa Tom.
Okay, Papa Tom.
Papa
Sorry,
Tom.
I called him Uncle Tom.
Well, he was your Uncle Tom.
He was my great. He was
Uncle
my
Tom.
great uncle.
He
but-
wasn't no Uncle Tom, but that man, that guy would have a 2-wheel drive freaking. He would have a conversion van, 2-wheel drive,
Oh my, and we would,
in the peanut butter hole,
and we would be
freaking
on top of
going,
it.
and all of us would be on top of that thing. Freaking, he would be, he would put helium in his tires, in his 44s.
You
know
don't
what I
like
mean?
this guy,
Dude,
Jake. I'm
He
telling
would,
you.
Uh-huh.
put, he would put helium in his tires so he could float through the freaking mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew.
Dude,
he
Everything
He only had
they're
a
talking
two-
about, I know because
He
I've
would
seen
only
it on
have a
video.
2-wheel
They
drive.
did have video.
He would
They
have
do
a
have
2-wheel
video.
drive van, and he
With-
would go
with-
through any hole that
Hey,
nobody would go
with
through.
kids on top.
Yes.
With handrails.
Not kids.
Yes.
I was
Yeah,
one of them
well,
kids.
you were the
Yes.
kid.
Dude,
how
I-
old were you?
I
Like,
remember
2?
he was like, "Here, jump over there," and I would jump into this giant mud hole.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
we'd be gone for a while, and then we come back.
This is Regency, by the way.
it has
Sand
handrails on
mines.
the roof.
This is
Yeah.
Regency.
The old sand mines.
This
Yeah,
is
also
Regency.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my God. And those
it was
stand-ins-
Regency.
Those
Yes.
stand-ins was
Sin
straight up
City,
being
baby.
on
Yeah,
top
yeah.
of a
The
car
peanut roll.
going
Oh.
straight
Yeah.
up a
No.
hill.
That was old
freaking
Sam
crazy.
Mines.
Yeah,
Like,
Sin City. Yeah,
It was
That's the
scary.
guy
All
that
that
fucking
was all
was
just-
going on the washtub base.
all
That's
that,
him.
all that was just.
That's some big shoes if he's doing all that, man. Come
It was-
on now.
he could do it all. That's what
Well,
it was. Like,
Call those Renaissance rednecks. You know,
Pretty much.
You're exactly right.
that's
Oh my
what
God,
they
I've never heard
Yes.
it put so eloquently, but yes.
There you go. That's-
Renaissance
Okay.
redneck.
all right.
This
So
dude.
next album.
Yes. That's
Yes.
Boom.
Got it.
You
Thank
could
you,
call
John.
them. You could call them poly yokels. You know.
No, I like the Renaissance.
Let's just stick with that. Moving on.
I don't know what the polyocles is.
A yokel.
But yeah,
You
so
old
you see-
yokel.
Polly Yokel.
You see,
Multiple
the
yokel?
apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
However,
Yeah, very
there
much
are
challenge for our
concrete
family.
evidence of the fact that Uncle Tom, Papa Tom,
Uncle
was
Papa Tom,
the most
I like
winning
Uncle Tom.
driver
Tom.
at Jack's Raceways.
Yes.
He was just like, and not to mention his, like he had back in the old days, remember like Crossroads out there at the beach? They had all the dunes that people could ride
Hobos.
through.
Yeah, I got it.
From I've heard from so many different people that he had like the baddest dune
Sounds like the dune buggy.
buggies.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Oh yeah.
I heard he had like an old Rambler station wagon, like 1950 something station wagon with like big tires on the back.
No, dude.
He
It
could
was a Skylark.
Yes.
His-
Convertible, right?
Yeah.
with
I
big
saw
tires.
It
on
wasn't
it.
convertible, but
He
his
videoed
call
everything.
sign was Skylark
Okay.
because he had a Skylark with a, I don't know. I think it was like a, I don't know, giant motor and big old flapper wheels
Yeah.
on the
Paddle
back.
tires.
Yeah, paddle tires
Oh,
on the back, and he would go anywhere in that Skylark.
Anywhere.
He was Skylark.
Yeah. Oh,
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
wait a minute. Did you
Even
know that
Regency.
he also had one of those cars that were also a boat?
Amphibious.
Yes.
So let me tell you this story.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
So this is
Come
from my
Yeah.
dad. This is coming from my dad.
It's okay.
So Uncle
Some distance.
Papa Tom, he was a jokester.
Yes, he was.
So my dad said that he loaded all the kids up. So he was a member of the Gun and Tackle
Yep.
Club, you know, in
oh yeah.
Goodby's.
They ran that.
They
place.
had their own boat ramp.
Yeah.
So my dad said, yeah, they all got in the car. They're like cruising along, and Uncle Tom was like, oh, they're heading towards the boat ramp. He's like, hold it, my brakes aren't working. Oh no, ah! He's pumping the brakes,
Yeah.
probably faking it. Then all of a sudden they go,
He's driving.
Into the water.
and then it's like, brrr. It's an amphibious vehicle. They take off from the boat ramp and just cruise down
Yep,
Goodby's
I've heard
Creek.
that story before. It's
My
awesome.
dad, Johnny, probably like, you know, Tommy, you know,
Crazy.
they
Yeah.
That's what he used to do with
they,
us at
they
the
like
mud-
crash into
mud
the
boat.
water
Yeah.
and then just
Yeah.
like
He
cruise
loves
on out to the
freaking
river
shows
and then
like
back.
that.
Nothing greater.
Meanwhile,
Oh my
all these
God.
kids are
How
they're like
amazing.
scarred for life.
Yeah, they're
Scarred for life.
But back in the old days, that didn't matter.
right?
We didn't worry
Good
about that kind of
times.
stuff.
Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh.
god.
You just dealt
Yeah.
with it.
All right. So that's like this. All right.
You've heard that one, right?
Sophia, she's 5 years old. She told me this joke. It was hilarious.
What joke?
It goes like this: why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
To get to the other side.
Right. No, to get to the creeper's house.
Oh.
Yeah. Knock knock.
Who's there?
The chicken. Damn
That
it!
makes me-
It still didn't work. It
You're
still
a
didn't work.
creeper.
It still didn't work.
I
Oh,
got it.
no.
I
No.
got it.
Dude, when she
You're saying creeper?
That's actually
EEP?
really
dude,
smart.
when she
So-
told me
I thought
the
What is
joke, it was
happening?
hilarious.
I
I'm
get
sorry.
it.
Hold on.
No, that is hilarious.
So
it's hilarious.
Is
All
it
right,
joke
all right.
time?
Look,
No, yeah, dude.
Look,
Is it joke time?
She told
Yes,
me the
that's-
joke. It was hilarious.
That's pretty thought
That-
out.
that's
for a
thought out.
girl.
I
All
thought
right,
you were
all right,
saying
all right.
the
So-
This is
cruiser's
going to be
house.
the best podcast.
So if it's serious like talk time, I want to just tell you all about this. Something I heard about from a buddy of mine. He was, you know, out of town. He's a truck driver. He was working on the road a lot, and he had a sneaking suspicion that his wife might have been messing around on him. So he was like, I got this. I'm gonna put a jar full of milk under the bed.
Mm.
And I'm going to tie a popsicle stick to the bottom of the mattress. And if she's messing around, I'm going to know about it because there's going to be, like some marks on it. So he's like, he did this. He goes out of town, goes on his run, comes back. And instead of milk in this jar, there was butter.
I've been
So
sure.
he knew
Churn and butter.
Oh,
that he needed to file for divorce immediately.
Mhm.
His wife's been going over there. Like,
That's an Ivy Reynolds joke. We'll give a
Hold
shout out to him, too.
Hold on. Dang. Oh, I missed the
play,
I missed the
Dirty
punchline.
dishes.
Damn it. I missed your punchline.
There's no punchline. It
Let's
was
play a song.
I thought you were saying
on that
the
note,
Kruger's house. KREUGER.
I was thinking Gruber.
he's
I'm like,
still over there thinking,
Hans Gruber.
neighbor.
Hans Gruber.
Hans
Look.
Gruber.
Yeah.
You're at. Why are you
Dude,
at
I
Hans
creep
Gruber's house?
around
All right,
all the time.
all right, so,
What's the problem?
So let's get this. Let's get this. I at least want this because Sophia, that shit was freaking hilarious. And I really want
You-
that joke to go.
Your 5-year-old is
I know.
changing perspectives in jokes.
I know.
That's fantastic.
It's so
she
good.
got skills. That's
All right.
What's the
very
Gruber
well thought
joke?
out.
Now look,
Very
you're
well
pretty
thought out.
retarded, so that's awesome.
I know.
You know?
I know, right? I know, right? Dude, I got some jokes that are not appropriate for anybody.
Hey, I wonder where that came from.
Oh man, I got some. Hey, you want to hear one about the wild mouth frog?
Oh yeah, I've heard that one.
Oh, you've heard
when
that
I was
one,
like 8.
right?
One of my favorite jokes
Oh,
is
is that
what's,
so?
what's the
my God.
difference
Do you
between
remember
a
that
pizza
one?
and a
Like,
Jew?
Goodness gracious!
I think your dad told it.
What's the difference between a pizza and a Jew?
Oh man,
Pizza
one
doesn't control the
doesn't
weather.
can. Oh, I thought it was something about the
Oh
oven.
God, we're getting deep.
I knew it was something about the
We're
oven.
not gonna get there.
Yeah, come on.
All right, let's play some music.
Pizza doesn't control the
All
weather.
right,
Come on.
all right.
Now, when I started playing with you guys, the most frequent thing I heard was that I've heard that song before.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Huh.
And every time someone asked that, it was one of your originals.
Yeah, like it. How about this one? I used to drink all night and party. Oh, I fucked it up. Golly, that was a perfect freaking
No, it's perfect
opening
because
for
it's
it.
called Booze Hound.
I know.
We're good.
Golly.
1,
All
2, and
Say,
I don't have my
say the
cowbell.
same
Oh,
thing you
well,
were
all right,
just saying.
hey,
Oh,
cut-
you got your shaker? I
cut,
bought that for
edit
you.
right here.
Cut,
All right.
edit, and go.
When I started playing with you
I'm not
guys,
cutting anything.
most people ask me, like, I know that song. What is it?
Right.
It ended up being songs you guys wrote originally.
Mm.
Yeah,
You know, it wasn't covers.
yeah.
You know,
That's why
Right.
people think we're a cover band because
Yeah, I'm playing somebody else. Nope, that's
we're
yours.
just
Kind of catchy.
yeah
Mm.
catchy stuff.
cut, edit. It's weird that the original songs you guys have
Nothing will
sound
be
like
cut.
something I've heard before.
It's
Mm.
gonna be a 6
Booze
hour
Hound
podcast.
Babies, you know.
Isn't that all
Those are
music?
the best.
Yes.
Nothing is new under the sun.
Is it- yes. It's fantastic meeting an old friend for the first time.
I used to drink all night and party and have fun, man. I wouldn't go to bed till the morning I come, 'cause I'm a booze hound baby.
Booze Hound, baby.
Why, I like to get down. I'm a booze hound baby, let's go out and paint the town. I do shotgun, never defer, man. I'll drink the Crown whiskey, chase with Jägermeister, 'cause I'm a booze hound baby.
Booze Hound, baby.
Why, I like to get down.
Booze Hound, baby.
I'm a booze hound baby, let's go out and paint the town. dance floor, we just booze hound, baby.
Booze Town, baby.
Oh, I like to get down.
Booze Town, baby.
I'm a booze hound, baby. Let's go out and paint the town. Oh, I hold you close till you be my girl. I'll tell you about my secrets and say, hey, I got them too. We just booze out, baby.
Booze Town, baby.
Oh, I like to get down.
Booze Town,
Put
baby.
another song in that jukebox and let's get another round. I do keg stand shotguns and never defer. Man, I'll drink a pharmacy man.
Booze Town, baby.
Oh, I like to get down.
Booze Town, baby.
I'm a booze town, baby. Let's go out and paint the town. I do keg stand shotguns and never defer. Man, I'll drink that Crown whiskey, Jason Jägermeister, cause I'm a booze town, baby.
Booze Town, baby.
Oh, I like to get down.
Booze Town, baby.
I'm a booze town, baby. Let's go out and paint the town. I do keg stand shotguns and never defer. Man, I'll drink that Crown whiskey, Jason Jägermeister, cause I'm a booze hound, baby.
Booze Town, baby.
Oh, I like to get down.
Booze Town, baby.
I'm a booze hound, baby. Let's go out and paint the town. So we'll shit about the bar, shit about my life, about them fucked up people and the messed up lives, but then the booze hound, baby.
Booze Town, baby.
Oh, I like to get down.
Booze Town, baby.
Let's get out of here and go somewhere with some natural sound. So we'll sit about it.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Nice.
On the internet.
Battery's
John, do you need
dying.
that one?
Your
You can
battery's dying
use-
on this thing.
That's what's
Well, yeah, might as well take
Wait, how are you? Am I supposed to be charging that?
Okay. No, it's
Battery. Right?
9 volt. Oh,
Yeah, it's one of those batteries. Oh, was it?
I might have clicked it out.
It wasn't pushed in.
It was earlier. I think I fucking jammed too hard. Figured it out, you know.
Rocking out.
Slapping the bass.
Rocking all
Slapping the
the
bass.
Wait, that.
Slapping the bass, man. I have no idea what we're talking about.
It was about three. It was about
You guys
3
gotta watch
years.
that movie.
I heard. No,
I love
it was like 5 or 6 years that I heard that fucking phrase, slapping the bass, slapping the bass, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
you fucking people are talking
Can we
about.
play that one more time?
But then,
And
but then I saw that
I messed up
movie,
a couple
whatever it
times.
was, and that was the
Play it again.
first
I'm gonna play
time I'd ever been embarrassed
I messed
playing
up.
bass.
Hey, 1,000 YouTube viewers. YouTube viewers.
Uh-huh.
YouTube. What, John?
Oh, well, hopefully
No, it's
the YouTube.
You gotta,
I transferred it to
the
him.
two
The
you
YouTube.
fucking.
I like it.
Alright, so-
I like it.
Hey, let's
I
start
like
a new site called
You-
YouTube. I don't really know how to play a cajon. I want one of those mini cajons like Westbrook had.
Where
You
there's
ever
like
see
a
that thing?
snare and
It's like this big, little flat thing. It just sits in your lap. It's awesome.
Well, you have a little drum.
is
You might want to play that thing.
is that one of the ones that has the
Solo.
snares in it?
I can play
Would you know that cajon?
Rap about anything.
That has like the snares and shit inside of it. I see the ones where it's like they put different densities in certain spots and whatnot.
I'm gonna play a couple songs and then
10:30.
call it.
If we missed anything, we can do a part 2.
Let's make sure we're on tune.
Yes, please make sure you're in tune this time, John.
You know that is the theme song to Hanging with the Huns. You know that?
Lonesome Road.
Oh.
Lonesome Road.
Yeah.
Really?
Theme
Yes,
song.
you didn't
Yeah.
know that?
We have
Somebody's not watching on.
15 episodes.
I don't know
that's
how
the
to
beginning
access
of
it.
Just with you.
Literally, no one's watching it. 200 people. Still look like I'm wearing like
Alright,
a bikini strip. I don't like close my legs a little bit.
Are you in your underwear over
Yeah.
there?
I don't know.
Man
I don't know.
spreading.
Fuck it.
Everyone's man spreading.
So this song, where did it come from?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so I had this idea for this song. Like I heard this, it was a lot different with the way I envisioned it, but then it kind of morphed into
Well,
what it is now.
yeah.
But that was like a couple times of playing it.
It was the road was lonesome when you wrote it. It is what it.
I actually wrote this song when I was probably like in
Well,
my 20s.
Yeah.
Really?
You asked me, it was like, hey, I want to play something, and it goes kind of like this, like,
Yes.
and I'm like, all right,
Yep.
let's do it, like,
Yep.
and
It's kind of a.
it was
And then
like,
it was like, I was like, well, that's,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
that's close. I was close to it, but then not quite. But
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
we
yeah.
played it a totally different. Remember, we played it to like a totally different way.
Yeah.
It's a slower,
yeah,
but then it kind of morphed into this like good, like bluesy, jam and blues song.
I love it.
So this is where it's at now.
That's what we were saying.
Tell me
There
when
you
you're
go.
ready.
Right there, like that.
We should do this.
I like it. Yeah.
starry night. Country roads and old city lights. Gotta keep on traveling down that lonesome road. Some people always know I'm getting headed low. Someday, baby, I'll settle down. For right now, I got to make my round. Gotta keep on traveling down that lonesome road. Some people always, and you know I'm getting headed low. How long you baby? Yes. There's a piece of time when the mama lets you know I just can't take. Gotta keep on traveling down that long road. Some people love me, and you know I'm getting low. I know it's useless trying to change my ways. I'll be ready rest of my day. Just got to see what lies ahead. There'll be time to rest when I'm there. Keep on traveling. I'm traveling down that lonesome road. Something along the way. Oh, I'm getting low. trying to change my way. I'll be around the rest of my day. Just got to see what lies ahead. There'll be time to pray when I'm there. Gotta keep on driving. Gotta keep on driving down. I bet. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Little jam there. Try that. What's going on with a bass guitar over there?
I don't know, but that thing sounds pretty awesome.
I know.
I was trying to get the mic in a good position for sound.
It sounded good. Sounds good.
It's just it's a little hair off. I'm picky. It's like
Booze Hound
perfect intonation.
again.
I feel like you need to borrow it for a little bit, and then you can bring it back.
There's a company that makes big bass ukuleles, like Kona or something. They got like
Yeah.
they got like fat rubber strings and stuff like that.
Woo! All right.
Thanks for watching.
Yes.
Like and subscribe.
I got
Like and subscribe.
empty
Have one of those-
pockets, be
Like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe, tell us what we need to do to make it happen.
You say you're not cut out the end.
This will be like 10 minutes.
That's all, folks. Toodaloo!
How are we gonna not do this one?
Toodaloo!
So what your mama got to say? Well, I got empty pockets, baby. See and watch it. I've been getting busy. I got empty pockets, baby. See and watch it. I've been getting busy. Nothing quite like it, but I'm feeling wine. Feeling fine. Coming through the mushroom mask. Got nothing but that booze on my. I done stole your truck and I run out of gas. Full of camel, drinking rum, no running rap. Ran out the TVs, got a bucket on my head. Some from eating caution, I was shot and red, but I'm feeling fine. Feeling fine. I'm dropping through the mushroom mask, got nothing but that booze. I've been hitting backwards and I'm hitting through the mud. Drank bottles, got more alcohol than blood. Man, them empty pockets, baby. See and watch it. I've been getting busy. Don't think quite like it, but I'm feeling wine. Feeling fine. Jumping through the Martian mask, got nothing but that booze. I've been empty pockets, baby. See and watch it, people. See and watch it. Nothing quite like it, but I'm stealing wine. Feeling fine. I'm jumping through the Martian that's got nothing but that booze on my mind. Yeah. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Until next time, hopefully y'all let us come again.
Yes, we'd love to have.
Met up with old Johnny Boy the other day. Still up to the same old tricks, yes, in the same way. Still he playing his guitar and singing his song. Oh, now Johnny Boy, he just can't do no wrong. No, he can't. Said, shine on me. Everything gonna be alright. Mama, just wait and see. Yeah, said, shine on me. Everything gonna be alright. Mama, just wait and see. Yeah. Met up with a girl named Bones Man. This must be love. 'Cause after that first date, that's exactly what it was. Forever known as Shining Bones. How much fun they had, man, only God knows. So break it down. Lord, she was pregnant at the big 2-5 man sent from God above. 35 years later, mama, look at what I've become. Still, let play my guitar and sing my song.